Hi friends, let us start the discussion of questions regarding ecology. Now we have discussed the topic in detail in the videos. Now let us start with the questions. Now if you have any doubt in the question, now go through the videos and come here, then you will get perfect clarity about this. Now first question, which of the following ecological pyramid is always upright? Now observe this. In ecological pyramids we have discussed in detail. In pyramids of numbers, your parasitic food chain will not be upright, it will be on downturn, right? Your parasitic food chain, now I will write FC, right? In pyramid of numbers will be on downturn. Now in pyramid of biomass, your pond ecosystem will be on downturn. So in pyramid of numbers and biomass, you can observe a pyramid which is on downturn and also on upright. Now your question is, which is always upright? It means in pyramid of energy you will always observe an ecological pyramid of upright, because energy will be losing at each trophic level. Now this is what you will be explaining by 10% law or Lindman law, right? Lindman law or 10% law. At each trophic level 10% of the energy only will be transferred, right? Got the point? Yes. Now see here, again I am discussing each and every point. Now let us go to the next one. Which of the biogeochemical cycle match with their prime representatives, it seems? Now see here, we have discussed two types of biogeochemical cycles. The classification is of two types. One is gaseous and one is sedimentary. Now in sedimentary cycles, only sulfur and phosphorus cycles occur. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Now your question is match with their, it seems. Now which option satisfies this? See here, your gaseous cycle, sedimentary cycle, sulfur or phosphorus? No, your first option is wrong. Your C option is also wrong, sulfur or phosphorus, but it is nitrogen. Your D option is wrong, gaseous cycle, phosphorus cycle is sedimentary cycle. So your answer is gaseous cycle, B, nitrogen. Nitrogen cycle belongs to gaseous cycle. Now, this is your correct answer. Now say biogeochemical cycles are classified into two types, right? Gaseous and sedimentary. Now in sedimentary cycles there are two types. One is phosphorus and one is sulfur. In gaseous cycle, what you observe? Carbon, nitrogen and oxygen, right? So your option is B. Next question. The basic level of ecological organization starts with. Now see here, already we have discussed in circles, right? The basic level of ecological organization starts with individual. Starts with individual. Now the highest prime or a point is biosphere. Already we have discussed about this, right? Now see here, the basic level will be individual. Now group of individuals will be population. Now we have discussed in detail about this, right? Now group of populations will be community. Now group of communities is nothing but ecosystem. Now group of ecosystems is nothing but biome, and group of biomes is nothing but biosphere. Now the basic level is individual, the highest prime point is biosphere. Got the point? Yes. Next one. Next one. Which among the following is the coldest layer of the atmosphere? Now the one basic point is, upon moving upwards, upon increasing your height or altitude. Now see here, I'll write down this point. Upon increasing altitude, right, your temperature will be decreased. Now this is a basic point regarding atmosphere what we have dealt. Now your answer is mesosphere, right? A option. Done. Now in mesosphere there will be a temperature of minus 90 degrees centigrade. Done. Next part. Next question. What is the range of electromagnetic spectrum for visible region? It seems. What is the range of electromagnetic spectrum for visible region? Now this visible region electromagnetic spectrum is also called as photosynthetically active radiation, PAR, right? Photosynthetically. We have discussed this in detail, right? Our first video itself has this thing, right? Photosynthetically active radiation. Now what's your answer? 400 to 700 nanometers is nothing but your range of electromagnetic spectrum for visible region. Next one. Which among the following soil water is available and utilized by plants? Now see here, we have discussed this, right? Capillary water and nutrients in plants will move by capillary action. In vascular plants, what are the parts responsible for this capillary action? We have discussed this, right? Xylem and phloem. Every point we have discussed this. Now these are responsible for the transport of water and nutrients through capillary action, right? Now see here, what about this hygroscopic water? Now it is attached to soil but it is not utilized by the plants. Now capillary plants, already we have discussed this. Gravitational water, now it percolates down the soil but it will not be available to plants. Now gravitational water will be percolated down but it will not be useful for plants. Done. Yes. Now next one. What is the correct for the term lapse rate? Right, it is the vertical temperature gradient over Earth's surface. Yes, it is correct. Lapse rate, the basic definition of lapse rate is this, right? It is vertical temperature gradient over Earth's surface. Second point, its value is 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1000 meter elevation. Yes, it is. Now this is the clear cut explanation of lapse rate, these two statements. So your answer is C. The basic definition itself given in the question itself. Now focus on this. As I said earlier, your questions will be on pure basics. Now next one. Habitat is a place where organisms live. Basic definition, right? A place where organisms live. Now niche habitat means it's a subtype of habitat. Now choose the correct order, it seems. Now already in the previous question I have given the order of this, right? Now what is the correct order here? Organism, group of individuals will be population, right? So shall I write again? Now see here, individuals. In the previous thing also we have write individual. The highest one is biosphere. In between we have written in the previous question only, right? Your B option satisfies this. Organism, population, community, ecosystem, landscape, biome, biosphere, right? Now come to the next one. Animals who can maintain their body temperature at constant level irrespective of atmosphere are known as homeothermic animals. Now the other name for homeothermic animals is warm blooded animals. Homeothermic animals. Basic question, right? Now what are poikilothermic animals? Now their temperature will be fluctuated with respect to the temperature of the outside area, right? Now this is called poikilothermic. Now your B option is correct here. Now who cannot maintain their body temperature is nothing but poikilothermic. Who can maintain this? Homeothermic. Next one. Which among the following is incorrect? It seems, right? Incorrect. Now check down the options there. Oceans cover 2/3 of the Earth's surface is correct. Tropical rainforests and savannas together account for 60% of terrestrial net primary productivity is perfectly correct. This is what we have discussed. Rate of biomass production per unit area is called productivity. These are the basic definitions. All these three are perfectly correct. So your option is none. Choose the correct statement. Food chain is relatively short. Yes, it is perfectly correct. Food chain have 3 to 5 tropic levels with 15 to 20 species. Yes, it is correct perfectly. 10% of the energy stored in organic matter of each trophic levels is converted to organic matter at next trophic level. Yes, this is nothing but your Lindman's law. Right? So the given all three statements are perfectly correct. So your option is all of the above. Basic question, right? You can answer this very easily. Now food web represents feeding relationship between organisms in an ecosystem. Yes, perfectly correct. Consists of interlocking food chains. Yes, perfectly correct. So your answer is A and B both. Next one. Choose the correct match, it seems. Right? Autotrophs, they produce their own food. Yes, perfectly correct. Autotrophs produce their own food is perfectly correct. Consumers, plants, no, plants are producers. Omnivores or consumers, B and C are wrong. Carnivores eat both plants and flesh. No, they eat only flesh. The one who eat both plants and flesh are called omnivores. So your correct option is A. Next one. Depict the ecological pyramid for a situation of a single tree along with its dependent insect population, it seems. Along with it, insect population. Now, what will be your answer? Insect population. Observe here. This is nothing but parasite food chain. Now in parasite food chain, the ecological pyramid will always be inverted. Right? This is your answer. Done. Next one. Which of the following is included in biodiversity? Now, genetic and species diversity are included. Yes, perfectly correct. Now, see here. The classification of biodiversity is species diversity, genetic diversity, and the next one is, which is nothing but this, ecosystem diversity. Now choose your options now. Your first option will be perfectly satisfied. Yes, all the remaining three options are wrong. Done. Next one. What was the main aim of Man and Biosphere program, it seems? What is the main aim? Improve the relationship between people and environment. See here, the term itself is self-explanatory. Right? The main aim is to improve relationship between people and environment. Right? The next one, improve relationship in between man. No, perfectly wrong. This program is invalid, never existed. No, you have to rule out. Improve the water level in biosphere. No, it was wrong. Your first option is perfectly right. Right? Now, next one. What is true? Which is true for natality? See here, natality. Now, all the given options are with pure definitions. Observe here, natality is nothing but ability of an individual to produce new individual. Yes, perfectly right. Right? Natality is meant reproductive rate of an individual. Right? A is refers to death of an individual. Perfectly wrong. It is the measure of a death rate. No, wrong. Your options are A. Done. See, all the questions will be on basic definitions only. Choose the incorrect definitions. Right. Now, temperature, degree of hotness and coldness, perfectly right. Estuary, transition area between river and sea, yes, perfectly right. Ecology, relationship between organism and their environment, yes, perfectly right. Niche is a habitat or a place to live. Right? Niche is an habitat. No. Niche means what? Closed. Niche means what? Closed. The exact meaning of niche is closed. So niche habitat means closed ecosystem, but you are given with only the one part. So incorrect is niche. Cycle of which nutrient has both lithospheric and gaseous phase? Lithospheric and gaseous phase, it seems. Now which one has? Yes. Now carbon and nitrogen are completely gaseous cycles only, but your sulfur cycle has both lithosphere and both gaseous phase. Right? Now this is correct one. Done. Next one. Ecotone is a transition zone. Yes, perfectly right. Zone of vegetation separating two types of community. Yes, perfectly right. And it is highly diverse zone is also perfectly right. So all the three are the exact definitions of ecotone. So D, all the above is correct. Done. Next one. Choose the example of positive interaction. One or both benefit each other. No harm to any of the species interacting, it seems. Now, these are the basic definition. Mutualism or symbiotism are both same. Now see here, in mutualism, both the organisms will be benefited and will be on positive direction. Now see here, in commensalism happened, one will be harmed and the other will not be affected, will not be affected. Now in commensalism what happens? One benefited and the other will not be affected, will not be affected. Now our question is both will be benefited, so your option is mutualism, or you call it as symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationship, we have discussed this in detail. Symbiotic relationship. Done. Choose the odd one out, it seems. Now what are the odd ones now? Mutualism, commensalism, competition, parasitism. Now see here, all these three, one will be benefited and one will be affected or not affected, but in mutualism both are benefited, both are benefited. So the odd one is A. So your option number A. Next, tropical orchids use trees or their branches for support without harm or benefit to the tree is an example of. And what is this example? Tropical orchids use trees or their branches for support without harm or benefit. Now see here, one will be benefited and one will be unaffected, means automatically your option commensalism, right? Rhizobium, nitrogen fixing bacteria, lives in root nodules of legumes, leguminous plants, and derives nutrition from host plants. From host plants. In return it fixes. Now see here, both the plant and rhizobium are benefiting each other, so your option must be mutualism. It is a classic case of example of symbiotic relationship. So that's why rhizobium bacteria is called symbiotic bacteria. Done. Now, what makes a phosphorus cycle differ from carbon and nitrogen cycle? Now, what is the classic case example of this? What is? See here, in phosphorus cycle is nothing but your sedimentary cycle. There will be no presence of gaseous phase. So your C option is perfectly same. Correct. Which of the following is correct for succession? Succession is unidirectional progressive series of a change. Yes, it is perfectly correct. Right. Now, climax community marks the end of a succession. Yes. Now, we have discussed about this climax communities, serial stages. Now, your option is both A and B. Basic definition of this. Next one. Which stage is temporary stage successional process? Which stage is temporary stage and successional process? Serial stage. This is what we have discussed. Now, which of the following is not related to primary succession, it seems? Bare areas, yes, it is related to primary succession. Pioneer species, yes, this is what we have discussed in primary succession. No, yes, community exists there. Now your grassland ecosystem is nothing all related to this primary succession. So your option is grassland ecosystem, right? Because see here why it is not related to primary succession. Your grassland ecosystem is a secondary succession. Is a secondary succession. Right? Now see here, primary succession happens when there is no production before or no succession before. It happens only when no succession or production happened before. Now, which among the following are extinct species, it seems? Which among the following are extinct species? Now your options: gharial, no, it is not extinct species. Now see here in Climate Ganga project, these gharials are again appearing in Ganga river, it seems. How can you say that they are extinct? No. Blue-billed duck, solitary eagle, no, they are not extinct. Now gharial comes under what category? Critically endangered. Now you have to know this. We have discussed this in detail. Critically endangered. Right. Now your blue-billed duck solitary, they are at low risk. Now your dodo and passenger pigeon, now these are extinct, right? These are extinct because the last individual have died. Polar bear, now it was already given vulnerable to extinction. So your answer is dodo and passenger pigeon. Now see here we have discussed the red data list in detail in biodiversity. Now focus on this before coming to this type of questions, right? Now which of the following is endangered species, it seems? Now which of the following is endangered species? Giant panda, snow leopard, yes they are endangered. Tigers and Indian rhinoceros, yes, both A and B are your endangered species. So your option is D. Next one. Which of the following belongs to in situ conservation? Now your sacred groves, national park comes under, wildlife sanctuaries comes under in situ, naturally occur comes under. Now see here all the options comes under in situ conservation. Now we have seen two conservation techniques for biodiversity. One is in situ and the other one is ex situ. Ex situ means nothing but gene banks, seed banks, right, comes under this. We have discussed about this. Which of the following does not belong to ex situ? Does not belong to ex situ, it seems. Yes, see here your national parks doesn't come under ex situs, right? Yes, your gene banks, botanical gardens, all these comes under ex situ techniques. Ex situ conservation techniques of biodiversity. Zoo is a restricted area, right? What are the key features of a region to qualify as a hotspot? Now see here we have discussed this point exactly in the first video of biodiversity itself. First video of the biodiversity itself. Now your options are: must contain at least 1500 species of vascular plants. Yes, 0.5% of world total endemics, correct. Must have lost 70% of your original habitat, yes. Richest and most threatened reserves of plants and animals, yes. Your options are all the above. These are the three criteria to be a biodiversity hotspot. Next one. Which national park in India has a population of Great Indian One-Horned Rhino? Your famous one, Kaziranga National Park. Right? Kaziranga National Park is located in Assam. Next one. Which among the following are biotic province of Indian desert? Now see here, biotic. Ladakh mountains are Trans Himalayas, correct. Thar and Kutch comes under Indian desert. Easily said. Thar desert is in Rajasthan, Kutch is in Gujarat. They are Indian deserts. Done. Your option is B. Now ecological pyramid, again we are coming to the basics of this. Now ecological pyramid is a, now what is the exact definition of this? Based on rate of energy flow is always upright, yes. Based on energy flow, 10%, Lindman's law. Graphically represent the trophic structure and function, yes, perfectly right. Producers occupy the base of the pyramid, yes, perfectly right. Now see here, all the options are perfectly correct for this. Let us continue the remaining questions in the next video.